This room over the course of a year is wasting 31 kilos on average of plastic. Now this waste is going into landfills all over the country, and we're compounding what is a global problem. How do I make this thing change lives? Here we go. That's the problem. So over the course of this weekend, we've been using these plastic cups. This is just a small number of them. It would be really awesome if they could be recycled, but in New Zealand here they won't be. There is just no viable use for the waste stream in New Zealand at this stage. But using our innovative process and products, we've come up with something pretty incredible. This is. So we're going to use polypropylene as our product. This is the plastic because it's widely available and because it is currently not being recycled and reused in New Zealand. Using our innovations, we've come up with something pretty incredible. So, using these polypropylene chip, we are able to we've been able to transform them into our core product line, and this is called OllyProp. Now, OllyProp is a sustainable, very stable, very versatile plastic fluff, which can be molded into an innovative, high-performance and thermal insulation panel. Crunchy on the outside, soft on the center. No, but this is really important. This is our unique point of difference with our OllyProp product. The properties of OllyProp are that we can create a firm, semi-rigid skin and internal supports within the panel. This allows us to provide a superior sound and thermal insulator, superior to our competitors, and a product which does not settle or sag over time.
So when I'm not starting social enterprises, I'm a builder. I build and renovate houses. And I would use this product over fiberglass insulation because it won't have loose particles that could be an irritant to your skin. I would use it as a conscious consumer because this material has much lower embodied energy than a comparable plastic-based insulation. OllyProp has had strong interest from architects and building companies, and these are the people who will recommend our product to the end consumer. Feedback from them has given us our list of requirements for this material. I apologise, that is the embodied energy of another product. Architects and requirements. Using our test rig, we have proven that polypropylene does have thermal insulating properties. At the top, we have pink bats. At the bottom, we have no insulation. And right there, that's us. And keep in mind that this is a completely unprocessed material. With further development, we intend to raise the performance levels dramatically. Based on the amount of raw material that we can procure from just one supplier in the Wellington region, we have enough material to insulate 822 homes in Wellington. We can then replicate this local model in other locations around New Zealand and adapt it to suit local regulations internationally. We intend to have a minimum viable product ready in 6 months, and in parallel with the research and development of the physical product, we're going to be working on customer development to further understand the problem and ensure that our solution will fit it. Through sales of the product, we intend to break even within 12 months, and our longer term goal is to establish centres in other regions around New Zealand within 5 years. We need $200,000 to fund our R&D phase, and we have established a working relationship with WikiHouse. Waste not, one.
congratulations, sounds like an amazing idea. Do you know what the cost of production is and how to get it? I mean, it's a really big thing you're undertaking. Yeah, just a bit more about how you can make it viable.
Yep. Okay. Well, Bob, who you saw on one of the slides, is a plastic recycler in Seaview. He has more material than he can deal with at the moment. He has 10 tonnes sitting there this weekend. There is 50 at the place next door, and he would sell it to us for 41 cents per kilogram. Processing it, we're going for low-tech methods. So the machine to spin this into the candy floss is roughly $20,000. That would only be a small-scale model, but we're looking to build it up. Beyond that, we need a lot of development of that product, but we are looking to keep things local so that each region uses its own materials to solve its own problems, and we don't waste too much energy on transport and other associated costs.
I do think it's a good idea. I would have liked to have seen some more specific financials around the actual cost of delivering this to a customer, as opposed to traditional installation. I don't know if you've got any other comments on that.
We have we've got a price point based on competition of around $100 for a bale, which will cover about 10 square metres. We would work on the proposition at the moment that due to our relatively cheap supply chain, we're not going to be pushing things too much, certainly not above the competition, but we have a fair bit of work to do to establish our exact costs.
I mean, we know how much it's going to cost to get the product. It's $460 a tonne. We know how much the machine costs. We know it can do 3 to 4 kilos an hour. We know how much it's going to cost to have the space and the shipping here, and how much the salary costs are. We think we've got a good price.
So if you're comparing this to pink bats, is that right? So they're an existing commercial model that you're already up against. They're established in their networks of suppliers and distributors, and your product is sort of halfway between that and the commercial, that and nothing. It's a really important issue, but I'm just finding the business model wanting. I'd like to see it win. So, I mean, you've got some problems to solve in the marketing, distribution, production, scalability, all those sorts of things. Have you got any response to that?
I think one really important point, and perhaps it wasn't made very clear, is that middle point is our untreated product. And our treated product, so once it's processed, is looking to be something like 3 or 5 times more efficient. So that's the untreated chips.
That would be a good story to tell.
Cavity, they're kind of already competing not so far off our competitor, and we haven't even treated the product yet. So we think our performance, plus it offers some other advantages. So pink bats sag over time, it takes the builders longer to fit them because that's...
What's its fire rating?
We looked at that, and the ignition point is very similar to our competitive products. It's actually higher than, say, polystyrene, for example, which is commonly used in insulation. It's very, very close to the timber frames that surround it, and not so far off actually the hardwood timber frame.
So again, you focused on the product, but I'd really like to see this go further.
Hi, and I'm just wondering, I know you're a builder, but did you talk very much to other builders? It seems like for this kind of a product that once you solved the product issue, the make or break in terms of really making it work would be having that particular user very excited about it. Did you get more data?
David, yes, we spent good an hour talking to customers outside of Bunnings on Torrey Street, and we got about 30 of them, 77% of them said, and most of them would be handyman because that was on Saturday morning, most of them said that they would actually prefer, even for a higher price locally made product, they would not be irritated to the skin and would have the same performance as the cheap stuff.
Why wouldn't you be a commercial model?
We will be commercial models. We think we're absolutely commercial.
We're actually going it, you know, whether you choose us or not.